What's up? What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jay Williams with the Muscle Mentality Podcast. Today, we're talking about nutrition, of course. Yeah, that's good. You know what they say? Once you go black, you never go back. I can say that statement is true with me and my coffee, and it's true with Kenzie and her man. All right, y'all. So let's just start there with coffee. Most people, when it comes down to drinking coffee, why are you drinking coffee? Most people, I came from a life of putting 3, 4, 5 cups of sugar in my coffee. You say, let's make Kool-Aid. Are you putting the sugar in before the Kool-Aid and the water? Or it's at one point I was addicted to sugar, and with certain things in my life now, I could still say I could still have some of that slight addiction that I used to have. But I know I've overcame the addiction. It's just honestly at times when I do have my ice cream and cookies, and y'all know for a fact I love my ice cream. Y'all see me, y'all catch me out getting my ice cream. I love it. But I make sure I do a lot more right than wrong. And most people don't get that. So when it comes down to having your coffee, why are you drinking coffee? You're supposed to be drinking coffee to give you the energy that you need. And most people don't even realize how many calories are actually coming from the coffee that they're drinking that's keeping them from reaching the goals that they have. Over 70% of people in the US or anywhere in the world are overweight or obese. So if you're watching this podcast, you're looking to either lose weight, gain weight, build muscle, have a better mindset, stronger mindset. You want to feel that connection within yourself, with the people that surround you, and how to pivot your life in the direction that you need to, so that you can know how to structure your life around people that might not be on the same page as you. And you're just looking to learn to live the life that you want to live, stop being in pain each and every day, learning how to thrive. And I'm here to show you how to do those things, because either I've learned, I've experienced, or I've taught. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be all 3 of those. For when I'm speaking, usually I'm speaking from experience. So when I'm speaking from experience with the coffee, like I said before, I used to drink heavy creamer in my coffee. I had first started, I always said that I would never be able to do it. That's an old man's drink. So, and I used to pick on one of my friends that was able to drink black coffee. This was like freshman year in college or something. And I always said that I wouldn't be able to drink it. I tasted his, hated it, about threw up. But then I really started to dig deep on my nutrition, Jay, and my mindset. It starts with your mindset. Why is it that you say that you can't drink black coffee? If you are truly drinking it for the caffeine to keep you up, to give you the energy that you need, then you can't be emotional to the sugar and to the cream, to the taste, when it comes down to drinking something or eating something or just doing something that's for the betterment of your life. So with that attitude, that mindset, trial and error, I went from having tons of sugar and creamer to not having any sugar. I went from sugar and creamer in my coffee to creamer and Splenda, three Splenda. Then I backed it down to 2 Splenda. Then I backed it down to 1 Splenda. Then from no sugar at all to just creamer or milk or whatever it is. Then to not having any creamer at all. So now I'm able to just sit here and love drinking my black coffee. And for me to drink something that I love, I'm going to reap all the benefits from it, from the fat burning to the caffeine content that it gives me, to it keeping me full, satiated throughout the day, and knowing that most of the times when y'all getting y'all little Starbucks, y'all little Dunkin' Donuts, you don't feel good after. And I'm telling you this from experience. I'm telling you this from teaching and coaching clients that do the same thing that you do. And they don't feel good. There is no way that you're going to have 5, 6, 7,000 calories in a drink and feel good after. And those calories are coming from sugar mainly. So there's no way that you're feeling good. You're emotional in that moment. You're drinking it in that moment, the 10 minutes that it's going to take you to drink it. You're emotional, but your emotions, that addiction that we all have, it is, we continue to keep doing it, knowing that it's going to make us feel bad because of the addiction. That addiction is so strong. So how do you overcome it? By weaning yourself off. How does a drug addict, how does an alcoholic stop being a drug addict or alcoholic? They fast from what they're doing. They're weaning themselves off. Some of them have to go cold turkey. Some of them are able to wean themselves off. But with the right attitude, the right mindset, and the right approach, if you have the right approach, and the way I approach helping my clients is, instead of just taking it away, let me give you something. Let me put something in your life that has equal value or more value to you that you can still enjoy. So maybe instead of going to Starbucks, maybe making your coffee at home, and you can have the same type of coffee. If you like a Frappuccino, throw it in the blender, sort of give you that little icy or whatever, the ice that you're looking for. Throw it in a little blender with some sugar-free caramel, with a vanilla protein powder, and with your black coffee. Or if you like those ice lattes, what I do for my ice latte or my hot latte is, if it's hot, you don't want to mix your protein powder with your hot coffee and mix it up. You want to go ahead and either have some water, whatever type of milk that you have, get about 2 to 3 ounces, scoop of protein, shake it up real good in your shaker cup, pour it over in your hot coffee. And again, you won't need added sugar, because the sweetness from the protein is going to overcome the milkiness from the protein. Is going to help you. So then you getting your creamer and your sugar all from your protein powder, and it's healthy. So you getting protein, you getting your caffeine. The other benefits you're getting is knowing that, hey, I'm actually feeling good, healthy, I'm satiated. So now I ain't even really thinking about food. So now I'm not even overeating, because caffeine is a appetite suppressant. A protein is appetite suppressant. So where it's not going to continue to keep making you hungry, it's going to make you feel full, have that satiety that we're looking for, so we're not overeating each and every day. So today I'm going to go over a couple things. I don't have much time today, but I want to give you something good. Why diets fail and how to fix your approach for lasting results. So I wrote a few things down. Diets are often short-term fixes, not sustainable lifestyle changes. So whatever you do to reach your goal, in order to stay there and not go back to the place that you were, you have to be able to do the same thing. But let me tell you, it's harder to get there and it's easier to maintain it if you approached it in a sustainable way. So your diet, your lifestyle, your fitness, your health, how do you get fit and stay fit? Your approach to that, hey, I'm going to work out 3 days a week, and those other days, I'm just going to try to get 10,000 steps. That's an easy way for you to lose 20, 50 pounds. And just over time, compound interest is going to allow you to reach that goal. So stop worrying about the quick fixes. The short-term fixes is the problem. You're sitting here 30 years old, 40 years old, 60 years old, and you're trying to fix everything in one day, where it's 30, 40, 50, 60 years that got you to where you are today. So what makes you think that a 30-day, 90-day fix, even a year fix, is going to get you to where you actually want to be? You're fighting a losing battle. So your approach, you need to be able to take, yes, you can get quick, real results, but what's going to be sustainable for you? What's going to be easy to you and make your day-to-day life not so hard? Not saying that it's going to be easy, but you don't want it harder than what it should be. And your approach to that is what's going to allow it to. So the all or nothing mindset, how it leads to binge/restrict cycles, like that restriction. I don't put a restriction on myself. I eat what I want to eat. I eat as much as I want to eat. And if I want something that ain't on plan, I'm going to have it. It's called balance. It's called sustainability. And it's called loving the way that you eat. Most people don't love, when they go into these diets, learn about trying to become healthy and fit, they don't love the approach that they're taking. So it's never going to stick. So, and sometimes you might have the best approach, but then you start to rely on willpower. Willpower, if you're going to rely on willpower, you're where you are because your willpower failed you. When you said you weren't going to do something, you still ended up doing it. Your willpower, you're fighting a losing battle. So until your willpower becomes stronger than any excuse that you have, you can't allow your willpower to be your first defense. So don't have those things in front of you. Prepare yourself for, if there's a party, hey, it ain't that I can't have it, I choose not to have it. And because I'm choosing not to have it, or even if I do choose to have it, I'm not having as much because I'm not in a position where I'm coming from a point of starvation. So if I do go out with friends, hey, let's just have one drink and have all the water that I want. Don't have a sugary drink. Have one beer or have one liquor drink, and that's it. Maybe 2 at the most. Make sure you're having your water. Drink more water while you're drinking, before you're drinking, after you're drinking. Drink more water before you eat, while you're eating, before you eat. Before you go out to dinner, get 2 scoops of protein in a protein shake, throw it back before you head out. That's 50 grams of protein. Protein is going to keep you satiated, keep you full. So now you're not even worried about overeating while you're out. Now you don't want the appetizer that gets us all in trouble, from the chips to the bread to the whatever it is. And you can't set these unrealistic expectations on yourself, because if they're unrealistic, that's telling you right there. For one, you're trying to have an expectation that is unrealistic, that clearly you're not going to be able to finish and have those breakthroughs, get those wins with. So, and social media and these quick fix culture that we live in right now has really ruined people. It has ruined how people approach their life and their lifestyle, because I fell into that quick fix culture as well. But I had the willpower, I had the brain power, I had the confidence to learn this myself. To, hey, we're about to restart. We're going to find out what actually really works, no matter how long it takes. And now I'm on the approach. Hey, I actually found out what really works without having to think twice about anything. I'm able to still eat the foods that I love, still be able to do the things that I love without having to even second guess or stress over, am I doing the right thing? Am I ruining my progress? So, and if you're coming from a perspective of, I'm only doing this to lose weight, you're always going to lose. So if it's about the number that's on the scale, I found out I reached a certain weight goal. I got down from 228 to 197, and I thought that I was going to feel this hype, this gold medal feeling, and no, I didn't. It was good in the moment when I seen the scale. Then right after that, it was like, well, I'm here. What's next? So your approach, you have to, instead of looking at the destination, you definitely have to pay attention to your journey. Thrive in that journey, because it's what you're learning through that journey that makes that gold medal at the end rewarding. It ain't even about the win at the end of the day. It's about the journey, the steps that you took, the battles that you had to fight, the wars that you had to overcome and battle with each and every day. And like when you're trying to change your body composition, it takes time. It takes time, and you have to be willing to be able to put up with that and know that, hey, you aren't perfect, but there's some things that in your life that you can start to become the version of who you want to be each and every day. The third thing that I found out that didn't work for me was trying to pick a diet that eliminated entire food groups. So you got like the carnivore diet, which is World Carnivore Month now, where you're strictly eating meat, nothing else. You're technically not supposed to be drinking coffee because it didn't come from an animal. If it didn't come from an animal, you can't have it. So no carbs, mainly, no fats that come from plants or anything like that. It can only come from an animal source. So like beef, hamburger, steak, chicken, fish, eggs, stuff like that. And what I found out when I was trying to, well, another option would be, of course, like keto. Keto and carnivore is pretty much almost like the same thing, but except on keto, you can still have like vegetables, maybe some fruits to keep you under that 50-gram carb limit. Also, you will have, let's see what else. Vegan, vegetarian, where you're not eating meat at all. And I've tried all of them, and I couldn't seem to stick with any of them. The one that I can probably do a lot longer. So if something was like health related for me and I had to only choose, I could get to pick which diet I had to choose, it would be probably eat meat for the rest of my life. Because I love cooking, but when it comes down to the vegan, vegetarian type meals, I don't enjoy it. I love meat. I love it. So I'm not going to give it up unless there was a medical condition that is making me do that. So what I found out is, and what I would like for you to do is, instead of eliminating food groups, so instead of eliminating carbs, animal meats like proteins or fats, so like a bodybuilder's diet, they limit their fats and they have more carbs, more protein. So instead of doing all that, why can't you still have meat, veggies, fruits? So instead of trying to eliminate those, why don't you keep those in? And what I want you to do, and what I found out with every single diet that makes it easier for me my clients, instead of saying, hey, I'm on a diet, hey, let's look at it more from, this is my lifestyle, this is the way I'm eating for the rest of my life. Because what you do to get there, you will still have to do. Maybe not as much, but you will still have to do 80% of the time to stay there. So fasting doesn't allow me to restrict myself. And fasting has so many other benefits. And when you fast, it's a reason why every world religion, fast. It's a reason. If Jesus was in a desert for 40 days, fasted, we can do 24 hours. You can do 16 hours. You can do 36, 48 hours. And right now I'm fasted. I haven't ate nothing. I have drank some black coffee, in which when you're fasting, there are some things, and your form of fasting doesn't have to be the exact protocol that somebody else has. Fasting for me allows me to still be able to eat the things that I want to eat, maybe have one meal a day. So some weeks I'm only having 6 meals. Sometimes on Sunday, I'll give myself a little bit more leniency to where I'm having 2, maybe 3 meals, or maybe having 2 meals and my ice cream and cookies. So I'm still able to eat everything that I like, from the pizzas to the chips at a Mexican restaurant, burgers, fries. I'm still able to have it. I'm able to drink every now and then, even though I really don't drink like that. When I do choose to drink, it's not, I'm smart with it, so I'm not having as many because I'm an adult. I have responsibilities. I'm not here to get drunk, get toe up, and not have any responsibilities. I have plenty of responsibilities, so I'm an adult. I'm able to have fun without drinking, but I'm also able to have fun with drinking and not overdo it. So it's just where you are in life, where you're trying to go, will be depending on how you set your lifestyle up, the way you think, the way you're not going to give in to temptation or peer pressure when it comes down to your health, your lifestyle, and just the goals that you have in life. So approach the way you eat. I want you to go 16 hours. Start with 16 hours with nothing. All you can have is water, like some hot green tea or some black coffee. Have that for 16 hours, and half of that 16 hours you probably should be sleeping 8 hours. So all you have to worry about is the 8 hours. And I guarantee you have as many cups of coffee as you want. Have as much water, electrolyte water, mineral water, as much as you want. And I guarantee you're going to actually and you're going to get hungry, especially if you're a person who has come from eating 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day. If that is you, then more than likely you will get hungry. But I guarantee you're not actually hungry. It's just your body, that addiction telling you, hey, it's time to eat because this is the time that I usually eat. But if you don't listen to it, go for a 5-minute walk, 10-minute walk. You give yourself 5 minutes to get over that hunger. That hunger never lasts. So just give your time and don't answer. And what I like to tell my clients is love hunger. If you're loving hunger and your main goal is to shed some fat, lose some weight, then you have to love what hunger is, especially at the beginning of fasting, because you will be hungry. And then that we're fighting the addiction, not necessarily you're actually being hungry. So now there's times where I haven't even felt hungry, and it's 12 o'clock now. And the last time I ate was at 6 p.m. last night. So, and I won't eat anything until dinner tonight. But I will have my caffeine, I will have my coffee, have my mineral water, and I'm good to go. Of course, I probably will start to get hungry here in about 2 hours or so, but I know that it's not going to last. It's going to last 5 minutes, and then I'm good. I'm great. You're not starving. You won't die. And I know this because And I know this because I've done it. I've experienced knowing that you ain't gonna die. You ain't gonna. It's just that you're emotional to the foods that you're eating, so you can't allow that to overcome who you want to be, who you're trying to become, and who you envision yourself to be in hard times. Because it's in those hard times where you actually truly identify who you are. And you're going to, a lot of us, you're battling hormone health. Fasting is going to allow that. Energy, you're battling energy. I guarantee if you go without food, you will actually start to have more energy. Mental health, that addictions that we have, no matter what it is. Fasting allows you to overcome that. So don't ignore the things that are in front of you. Own up to it, fast from it, and overcome those addictions. Overcome the emotional eating. Because now once you fast, you're going to want something healthy. You can't fast and think that I can go eat whatever I want and still get the results. It's going to be harder. So when you do eat, choose to eat the meat, the grilled, the baked, the sauteed meat, and the vegetables and fruit. Eat that first. And then if you do have a sweet tooth, then go have that sweet fix right after. That's totally fine. So don't let your emotions drive your eating habits and sabotage your progress. Because the role of self-sabotage and negative self-talk is very important and can determine where you're heading, where you're going. So you just can't listen to that negative self-talk. So you just got to put in some practical strategies to help improve your relationship with food. And through fasting, I do that all through fasting with my coaches, with my coaching clients. I got one client right now that's in the middle, a little over. I just talked to him, maybe 40 hours into a 48-hour fast, giving him tips. He wants to know how he can continue to survive this. You will. You're strong. You served our country, so you had to be a lot stronger than going without food for 48 hours. You got this. And sometimes I know that you might not have the support or the community, but working with me, being in my community, working with me, allow me to coach you and hold you accountable is where the success happens, because we can get in our own head, beat our own selves up, and not achieve what we want to achieve. So remember that, stick to the basics. I want you to fast. I want you to overcome the sugar addictions, the alcohol addictions, any type of vice that you have in your life that you want to overcome and get rid of. You fast from it. You don't do it. You go 24 hours without doing it. You go 36 hours. You go 48 hours. You go 72 hours without doing it. And you just keep habit stacking, keep compound interest on top of each and every day. And I guarantee you success for whatever it is that you want to accomplish. So I love y'all. Y'all stay great. Stay healthy. Y'all be safe. Y'all stay warm out here. I know it's cold. And this is the official podcast, the first podcast of the new year. So I love y'all. Thank y'all for joining. Hey, we got 365. Y'all got 51 more times with me this year. I plan to upload a podcast every single week. That's not including the workouts that me and Kenzie are going to be bringing y'all. So I love y'all. Y'all be great. Stay tuned for the next. And remember, if you need a coach, you need an accountability partner, apply to my program. Message me to join my program. Reach out, and I will make sure I lead you in the right direction so we can set up a phone call. Remember, we want to thrive each and every day, not just survive it. I love y'all. Y'all be great. It's your boy Jay Williams with the Muscle Mentality Podcast. I love y'all.